Cancer, what's going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan Hill from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Cancer Tarot reading. In today's Cancer Tarot reading, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're not going to do a love reading today. We're going to do a what's blocking you reading. So we're going to take a look at, as we move into January 2025, what's blocking you, what's holding you back, what's getting in your way, what's slowing you down from living the kind of life that you really want to live. I'm going to get 3 cards for you from this Lantern Oracle deck, which is about taking a look inside yourself. It's really good at pointing out stuff that you might need to have your attention and awareness pointed to so you can figure out what's getting in your way and what's stopping you from creating the life that you really want. So normally I wait to get those out first, but they wanted to come out, so here they are. Then I'm going to clarify each of them with the tarot deck just to make sure I can get you some extra clarity about what's blocking you. And then I'm going to finish the reading off by getting you some advice from the universe about what you might need reminded of about yourself in order to make it through these blocks a little easier. So let's see what we got here, Cancer. We got card number 14, Wishful Expectations. It says, acknowledge the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they are. This deck it calls stuff like it is. It doesn't sugarcoat things, which I can appreciate. Central to your blockages, Cancer, we got number 12, creative power. Release your alchemical energy into the world. This card reminds me of the Empress. And then your final blockage here, number 40, inner integration. The peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment. There is peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment in integrating the inner wild with the taming and tempting effect life has on us. Let me read that to you again here. Inner integration. There is a peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment in integrating the inner wild with the taming and tempering that life has on us. So these are the things that are blocking you. Let's clarify this. Wishful expectations. This card reminds me of like the combination of the Wheel of Fortune and the devil, the karmic hamster wheel. This lady is actually in a giant hamster wheel and she's collapsed over backwards from being so tired of running and not getting anywhere. So wishful expectations, acknowledge the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they are. That's usually trying to do something over and over and over and over again and it not working. And instead of adjusting, you just keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Wishing that it would work instead of changing your approach. Acknowledge the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they are. Those are the things that are either being used to fool you on something or the things that you're using to fool yourself on something. That could be keeping you stuck in the wishful expectations. Tell me more about that, please. Make sure nothing else flipped. That felt weird. Okay. Underlying wishful expectations. 4 of Pentacles. This is an energy of holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it. Oh man. This, as a blockage, this would be like refusing to let go of something and trying to stay on the hamster wheel even when it's not working out and holding on to it anyway. I got 3 of Cups behind it. This could be about being reunited with a particular person that you don't want to let go of and wishing that it's going to work out the way that you want and keep trying again and again and just like never getting anywhere. If this is about the karmic hamster wheel, it's like you're supposed to learn a lesson from that, not continue to beat yourself against the same wall over and over again. It's not punishment, it's education. So this could be wanting to hold on to the idea of reuniting with someone could be blocking you. This 3 of Cups as a blockage could be a blockage related to like celebrating with other people, related like a blockage about coming together with someone or other people. Can even be like having too much emphasis on external validation. That being too important, like I can't let go of something because of what other people think. And that could lead you to take actions that you don't think through all the way first. Don't know if this is about a relationship. Like I said, this is not a love reading, so take it however it resonates for you. If it feels like it's talking about a relationship to you, that's what it's talking about. If it feels like it's talking about something else, that's what it's talking about. But when I clarify wishful expectations, I get Four of Cups. That's Cancer energy. Strength and the Hanged Man. The Four of Cups is an energy of not being fully happy, not being fully content with what you have, and daydreaming about this other cup, this other thing that you believe would bring you your happiness and fulfillment, but not quite having that yet. This could be like not appreciating what you do have because you're sidetracked with this other thing that you don't want to let go of. Could be that. This could just be like missing an opportunity because I'm not paying attention. This is feeling like I'm going round and round and still not letting go of this thing that I should let go of. And it's not working the way that I want, but I'm still doing it. Like there's this one piece that I'm not doing. And I don't know if it's a piece that you haven't seen yet or that hasn't appeared yet, but there's a different way. I have Strength. This is a Leo Major Arcana card. This is about going through a very difficult situation. Sometimes it's taken all of your internal strength in order to make it through something because it's so difficult. Sometimes this is an energy of trying to tame this beast inside yourself, trying to rein yourself in and hold yourself back and not let yourself run off and do something that might be some kind of a mistake. This can, as a blockage, show up as a lack of courage, a lack of drive, a lack of feeling like I have any control, a lack of feeling like I don't have strength. It wouldn't actually be a real lack of strength. It would be feeling like I don't have the strength to do something. Progress being halted with the Hanged Man. Things are stuck. They're not moving. The Hanged Man hangs upside down, though, because he's trying to look at things from a different perspective than normal, a different point of view than normal. He's trying to look at things differently. And with this wishful expectations, I think that's what you're being instructed to do. This is really feeling like doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting it to work different this time. And this is saying, like, you could get unstuck if you would stop looking at it that way and look at it this other way. Like, this is really feeling like there's something missing and you're aware that something's missing, yet want to continue anyway. Take that how it resonates. Central to your blockage is creative power. Release your alchemical energy into the world. Again, this feels like the Empress energy to me, like manifesting, creation, creativity. Tell me more about creative power, please. You have some sort of a blockage here with your creative power. Underlying that is the Chariot, your Major Arcana card, Cancer. This is the fastest moving energy in the whole deck. This is very fast forward movement and success. This is also an energy of like trying to overcome obstacles or problems or challenges that are in the way, and doing that through just willpower alone. Like you can see the driver doesn't have any reins, so he uses willpower to steer this. But there's the dark side, the shadow side, and there's the light side. And if he's not in perfect alignment, in other words, if both of those pieces of himself aren't pulling in the same direction, this thing doesn't move, and it's every bit as stuck as the Hanged Man. Or worse yet, it will rip itself in half as it tries to move forward because it pulls itself in two different directions from being misaligned. So you have some kind of a misalignment here that's influencing the creative energy that you're bringing to your life here. This can feel like a lack of control over something. It can feel like, as a blockage, it could be a lack of control. It could feel powerless to do something. I've got both cards to me that could like feel that kind of way. This could even be that the thing that's blocking you is trying to get past some obstacle that has been put in your way. And maybe maybe you've run into an obstacle with something over and over and over again, whether that's a relationship or a business that you're trying to start, or a career, or a person that you're working with or working for, whatever it is in your life. If there's something that you've been trying to overcome and it's happening again and again and again, it's like, this is the clue to stop that. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, that's a single, abundant, prosperous energy. As a blockage, this could be like fear of being single, not wanting to be single, maybe feeling like I'm not worthy of all the success that I have on something. Could even be a blockage about being single because I don't want to be single, and that's what I'm trying to overcome. That Ten of Cups right behind it. Again, not supposed to be a relationship or a love reading here, but I'm getting echoes of that in here. This is the happily ever after in that context. This is like, really, it's not really describing the happily ever after as much as it really is describing a person's idealized view of what they happily ever after means to them. This could be like something is in your way with like getting to that ultimate level of like creative and emotional fulfillment here. But when I clarify this creative power, release your alchemical energy into the world, I get Judgment, Six of Wands, Five of Swords. Judgment is the most powerful decision card in the deck. This is a final verdict in judgment. It's a final decision on something. Again, in that relationship context, in case this is talking about a relationship for you, this is that decision point about either calling it dead and over with, or a decision to resurrect something and bring it back from the dead, bring it back to life and transform it so it's never the same again. This could be a blockage around making that kind of a decision, refusing to call something dead and over with. This is also sometimes a card of following a higher calling. And as a blockage, this could represent having a higher calling to do something that would cause you to have to put yourself out into the world and feeling powerless and maybe not worthy, even though that would bring you a tremendous sense of happiness. Maybe it's something you've been trying to overcome and trying to do over and over again, and it hasn't been working the way that you wanted. And the Seven of Pentacles, I got the Empress tying in with this. So like I said, this card reminds me of the Empress. I think all this is part of the story here. This is like a period of time where I've planted seeds on this thing and I can't harvest it yet. I can't reap the rewards of that yet. And I have to wait, and I have to like let this fully develop and blossom so I can get something out of it. And as a blockage, this would be like it's taken forever, it's taken too long, or it could even be like a lack of patience, or I've put in all this work and I don't think it's going to happen. Like pessimism can start setting in and it's affecting what you're able to manifest. There's some blockage around probably feeling powerless in some sense, and a piece of you wanting to do it and another piece of you maybe being afraid to do it. And this is the decision that's blocking you. Following the higher calling when you're not doing that currently. That could be why you're not happy with what you've got. And that could be what this other thing is that would make you happy, that you just haven't acknowledged yet. You haven't done anything with it yet because you're too busy doing the same stuff you've always done. Again, don't mean for this to feel like I'm calling you out on something, because it's not necessarily what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to put out everything that's coming to me just in case it has any meaning that helps you get unstuck on something. Six of Wands is your next clarifier. This is about recognition and successful forward movement. So as a blockage, this would be like fear of failure, fear of being recognized in a way that you don't want to be recognized, especially like if you put your creative self out here into the world, worrying about the judgment other people are going to pass on you. Maybe that's part of this reason why you're trying to rein yourself in and hold yourself back, because that would be difficult to deal with. But this is some sort of a lack of forward movement, usually around either not recognizing something or fearing how other people are going to view you, what they're going to recognize about you. I got Five of Swords tied to that, which is a mentally and psychologically painful situation or event. This could be like a conflict in your thinking, like the way you're thinking about it is what makes it bad. That's what's got you really stuck. It's not that it's actually true. This could just be like the smoke and mirrors in your life and seeing them for what they are. It may be that you have this bullshit story that you tell yourself, and you've been going around and around with that same limiting belief, that same voice in your head that's telling you you're afraid to do something, and all the 50 different reasons why it would be painful if you did it and it didn't work the way you wanted, or if you did it and people saw you in a light that you didn't want them to see you in, or they judged you, or you felt judged. It's like maybe that's the painful thing that's stopping you here, that's keeping you hung up. And it's just you're not looking at it from a different perspective. I can tell you if that's something that's happening for you. I can tell you from firsthand experience. Read through the comments on a bunch of my different videos. There's every day you're going to get some person that comes in that's just hateful, and they want to say bad things and mean things and try to discredit you or try to hurt your feelings, or just they're having a bad day so they want to pass it on to somebody. Whatever their story is, you're going to get your fair share of negative comments. But if I looked at just that and that was the only perspective I took, I would have quit doing this a long time ago, because that is painful. But the other perspective is look at all the people that I help, and look at all the people that are kind to me in the comments, that tell me how the readings help them. And, they give me business, and they come back and they watch more videos, and they're polite to me and thank me in the comments. Like, there's a whole different perspective. Sure, you're probably going to have people judge you when you step out on a limb and put your creative self out into the world. But the other perspective is all the people that are going to stay in pain if you don't help. All the people that are going to continue to be stuck if you don't help. Either way, it comes down to this blockage, it looks like. Inner integration. There is peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment in integrating the inner wild with the taming and tempering effect life has on us. The inner wild, like letting that creative piece of you out in spite of the judgments and the criticisms and what light other people see you in and the painful effect all that has, then yeah, that tames us down quite a bit. So let's take a look at this. What can you tell me about this inner integration of Cancer? Getting an extra card again. Okay. Aha. Underlying this energy, Three of Cups. Again, Cancer energy. If we're in the love context, this is being united and celebrating, or being reunited and celebrating. Could even represent a third party love triangle happened at some point, and there's something that you need to integrate related to that. As a blockage, this would be like not being together with someone, or like too much influence being placed on external people accepting you. When I clarify inner integration, 10 of Wands, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, Emperor. Now that's some escalating feeling energy right there. This 10 of Wands is a heavy burden that you're carrying. It is something that's weighing you down and holding you back from getting the kind of life that you want. This is a 10, and in tarot, 10s are completions. This is supposed to be the completion of you carrying this burden. It's supposed to be the spot where you lay it down and move forward without it. It's about not having what you want. It's about judgment, either the decision to do it and you just not making that decision. That could be the very thing that's holding you down, and that could be stemming entirely from needing to integrate this whole new idea of yourself, to step out on the limb and do whatever this creative thing is where you're being encouraged to put your energy out into the world. I got Queen of Swords next. Very smart, logical help. I got King and Queen of Swords, escalating energy. very smart, logical, rational people that see very clearly. They are very smart people. They speak the truth. They're interested in truth and facts. And they're showing up as blockages for you. This would be like fearing to speak your truth for some reason. Or not being logical about something here. Fearing to speak your truth with this idea of how other people are going to recognize you, what they're going to recognize about you, and that being the reason you hold yourself back. There's some sort of fear of speaking the truth here. And then I have King of Swords. This is the smart, logical, rational, analytical decision maker. It's the person that throws their emotions out the window and they look at things strictly through logic and reason and truth and facts and what's right in front of me and what can I see and verify. This could mean you're throwing logic and reason out the window here, and maybe you're just making an emotional decision here. An emotional decision based on your interpretation of the facts, I guess. But either way, I've got another sword beside it causing pain, conflict in thinking, and then I also have the Hanged Man, the reason progress isn't happening, failing to look at it from a different perspective than the logical, rational perspective. This is really feeling like a case where you're being called to do something and you're afraid. You're afraid of failing. You're afraid of what you're going to look like. You're afraid of what other people are going to see or what they're going to think or what they're going to say. And it's all just coming down to there's something that you need to integrate about yourself. I got the Emperor as your final card. Energy of taking control, taking charge of a situation, putting together a plan to get what I want, and then executing the plan to get what I want. He calls the shots. He sets the rules. He makes the boundaries. He's in control. And as a blockage, that would be a lack of control or feeling out of control, or maybe even going too far into like controlling. Like I'm letting my thinking be in control. There's this inner integration here. There's something. Let me read that one more time here. There is peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment in integrating the inner wild with the taming and tempering effect that life has on us. Like this could represent a person who has been in control, whether that's a father figure or a controlling person or a boss or someone that's been making the rules for you, and maybe their logic and reason and the things that they've said are a burden to you, and there's something that you need to integrate with yourself. Maybe this is talking about you needing to step up and take control of that piece of yourself, this creative piece of yourself, because like this, there's smoke and mirrors in your life that's preventing you from getting what you want. And so far to me, what it looks like is the smoke and mirrors are just thoughts that you're having, like knowing that something's missing from your life and feeling called for something, but letting the burden of your thoughts and what other people might say or think control everything in your life and stop you from integrating that piece of yourself together. That's what it looks like. Let's get you some advice. What is it that you need reminded of about yourself, Cancer, so that you can help move past these blockages here? Let's get 3 cards. What does Cancer need reminded of about themselves? What's their advice? What is Cancer's advice? Thank you. All right. The first card, compassion. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. Then we got cooperation. In your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. Even this loop that you've been through here, even this burden that you're carrying, even the painful things that someone has said to you, or even the struggle of trying to put yourself out there. All of it has value. Even if you fail miserably, that has value because it teaches you what not to do. Last card for you, Cancer, individuality. You leave your unique stamp of love on everything that you do. Yeah, I'm getting this feeling that there's something that you're trying to put out into the world, whether that's a new product, a new service, maybe you're going to start a YouTube channel, a new business, whatever it is that you're trying to create. You don't have to be the best in the world in order to start. Everything you do is going to have your unique stamp on it, and that's what's going to make it awesome. So get out of your own way, get out of your head, quit thinking the negative thoughts, quit letting your thinking control you, and just follow what you feel you're supposed to be doing. Follow the calling that you're having. There's something that you're not happy with and something that's missing, and I'm pretty sure you even know what it is, and you're just holding yourself back and stopping yourself from getting it, and it is time for you to lay that burden down and move forward without it.